Just before we get into this video, guys, if you want to follow me on social media, on Twitter and Instagram, the links are here. And if you also want to support me on Patreon as well and help out my channel, that would be absolutely awesome as well. But let's get on with the video. I know what you're thinking. The title does sound a bit extreme, but I'm not totally done with it. That was kind of clickbait, but kind of not. So in some regards, I do apologise. In others, not really. Thank you for watching. So yeah, as you can tell by the title, this is why I'm sort of explaining why I'm done with Doctor Who, but not in general. I'm not going to stop talking about Doctor Who on my channel. I'm not going to stop watching Doctor Who, but the one thing that I am going to stop doing is keeping up with the new series and talking about it. So as you may have noticed, I didn't do my review for Resolution, and I'm not gonna do a review for Resolution. Main reason being, I've not watched it. I'm not interested in watching it. I just don't care. Now I need to take you back. Now I did kind of mention this in my Series 11 review, I think, so I apologise if I'm repeating myself for some people, but I just kind of want to give you a bit of context as to why and how I've come to this decision. So way back during Series 6, I think, I was starting to lose interest in the new series of Doctor Who. Not because it was necessarily bad, although I don't really like Series 6, it just wasn't engaging me and it wasn't really feeling the same way that it once did. Especially around that point, because 2011, so that would have been around the time of like my GCSEs and stuff, so I had other stuff to focus on. I was growing up and it just got to a point where Doctor Who wasn't really a priority for me, and I think the stuff that was on TV, I wasn't watching it live. I wasn't that interested in what we got when I did watch it. Yeah, I just wasn't loving it. It's not until the 50th that my passion for Doctor Who sort of reinvigorated, and I was just like, oh my god, you know, David Tennant's back, we've got a new Doctor. And then obviously I watched it and it's like, the Zygons are back, the Daleks are back, Peter Capaldi had a cameo, Tom Baker had a cameo. Like, for me, the 50th I think was a brilliant time for fans. And it's not only that, you also had an adventure in space and time, which was fucking amazing. And I think around then was just an amazing time to be a Doctor Who fan. Like, there was no toxicity, there was no bullshit. It was just fun. Just over 5 years. That's all it took. Wow. And then obviously Matt Smith left, and as always, I'm kind of curious when it comes to the new Doctor, you know. I wanted to see what Peter Capaldi would bring to the role. Now Series 8, I remember I watched it as much as I could live. I obviously couldn't all the time, but as much as I could, and then I catch up on iPlayer with the rest of it, and overall, didn't really like it. With hindsight, I don't think it's as bad as I thought it was upon initial broadcast. I think there's a couple of episodes that I really enjoy now that I didn't used to, such as Into the Dalek. Time Heist is another one. But overall, it's still not a great series of Doctor Who. Then we got Series 9. Now, Series 9 was the breaking point for me with Doctor Who. Series 9 started off in a dreadful way, I think, with Which Is Familiar, Magician's Apprentice, whatever the fuck it's called. Loathed that story. I thought it was awful. And then we got a high with the Lake story, which I think is fantastic. Then after that, Series 9, apart from one episode, which I'm sure you're aware of, is just crap. The story with the Shielder is rubbish. I think the Zygon story, I mean, people moan about the politics in Doctor Who now. Zygon story is no different. Like, that is clearly a metaphor for ISIS. Then of course you get Heaven Sent, which is phenomenal. Easily one of the best Doctor Who episodes ever. And then the infamous episode known as Hellbent, which I'm not going to go into detail about. You guys know my thoughts on it. I've spoken about it too fucking much for what it deserves. Yeah, but basically after Hellbent, that was the first time where Doctor Who made me genuinely angry and made me really sort of pissed off, because that episode to me felt like that wasn't what Moffat wanted to do. It felt like Moffat was intentionally spiting the fans, because there was a lot of criticism of people saying Clara's taken over, this feels like Clara's show now, and he was just kind of like, oh, you don't like Clara? That's what it felt like, and it still does. It still feels like that now, and I think Series 9, if we didn't have Clara in it, would have been a hell of a lot better. So yeah, after Hellbent I was done. That's it. I am not watching it anymore. I cannot keep watching this crap, because no matter how many times we'll get the odd Heaven Sent or the odd Before the Lake Under the Flood, regardless, the rest of the series just isn't enjoyable and it's not good, and I just don't think that this is quality TV. Not just Doctor Who, this is just not good TV in general. And I just thought to myself, why am I watching something that I'm not enjoying, that I don't like, just because it's got the name Doctor Who on it? What's the point? Because in terms of my love for the show, it was dwindling. Like, I was not interested to go back and watch stories that I liked. It was kind of affecting how I would view those stories, because I'd just be thinking, yeah, whatever. Because I wasn't interested in Doctor Who currently, it made me not interested in Doctor Who as a whole, or was starting to at least, which, I don't know, that's just how I work. I don't know if other people would feel differently, because obviously Genesis is still going to be the story that it is, and Caves of Androzani is still going to be the story that it is, and Spearhead from Space is still going to be the story that it is, etc, etc, but it was just sort of affecting how I would view Doctor Who, and I just wanted to get away from it for a bit. But then, as you're aware, there was a year off. It was announced in that time that Moffat would be leaving, Chris Chibnall would be taking over, and then just before Series 10 arrived, Peter Capaldi was also leaving, but John Sim was going to come back, and the Mondasian Cybermen were going to come back. And I thought to myself, well, Moffat's had a year off. Maybe, just maybe, that year off will invigorate him, and we'll get a series of Doctor Who like Series 5. He'll actually sit down and think about it and focus on it, because this is his last chance to put his stamp on the show. Like, the way that things were at that time, maybe not for everybody, but I know for me, and I know for a fair few people as well, Moffat had totally ruined his reputation as a Doctor Who writer. Heaven Sent aside, 11th Hour aside, Empty Child aside, Moffat was really skating on thin ice. Like, a lot of people were just like, yeah, just fucking go. Really, just fucking go. But I thought I'd give him the benefit of the doubt. Obviously, I love Capaldi, so I wanted to give his last series a chance, and I did. It's not great. It's not the best series ever. Maybe it's because there's no Clara, I don't know. I just enjoy that series a bit more than Series 9 especially. I might enjoy it more than Series 7. With hindsight, maybe not Series 8. It's still not a great series, but I can watch certain episodes and I can appreciate certain episodes, and yeah. And then I thought, okay, this series wasn't really enough to keep my interest, but it would be really stupid of me to just stop watching now when we've got a new showrunner coming in, and I always want to give a new Doctor a chance. This next series might be one of the best series ever. This could be the new Series 5. But then I watched Series 11 and I watched the whole, I mean, I've done videos on this. I've done too fucking many videos on this, rather. Talking about the toxicity of the Doctor Who fan base. Series 11 itself, as a series, is crap. Now, I'm not going to say that it's the worst series ever. It's not far off. It's really not far off. But either way, you get the point. It's not the worst series in the world, but I think it's crap. I think there are more bad episodes than there are good episodes, like I did with the previous few series. I don't really enjoy Jodie Whittaker's performance. I don't feel like she's really had that moment where she's solidified herself as the Doctor yet. Maybe that's just because Capaldi is my second favourite Doctor, and I'm just kind of like, I want him back. Or maybe that's just how it is. I don't know. Other people think that she's amazing, and that's fantastic. I'm not going to have a go at anybody that thinks that way, because you're more than entitled to that opinion. You can love Series 11, regardless of your thoughts on it, or her, or Chibnall. I don't give a shit. I'm just talking about me. But anyway, the point is, Chibnall's writing was shocking. I think a lot of people can agree that Chibnall wrote some of the weakest stories of Series 11. The problem is, he wrote the majority of Series 11. And yeah, like I say, not feeling his writing, not feeling Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. And because I've been going through this phase where I've been trying to persuade myself to watch another series, to watch another episode, I'm sick of doing it. And it's going back to what I was saying before. Why am I watching something that I don't enjoy, that I don't really like anymore, just because it's got the Doctor Who name on it? Like, I'm tired of giving it a pass. I'm tired of making excuses for it. I'm tired of trying to make myself watch it, force myself to watch it, because in the long run it's affecting me as a fan in general. It's making me not want to go back and watch classic stories. It's making me not just want to watch any stories that I like or go back and watch any era of the show, and it's just getting me down. And mix that in with how the fan base has been, which I've spoken about, I just don't want to be involved in that. I just can't be arsed. Like, there are so much worse things going on in the world, like both in the general sense and, you know, in personal lives and with, you know, friends and family and all this sort of stuff. Like, I've got bigger things to focus on than people arguing about whether or not the Doctor has tits or a dick, or whether or not it's full of SJW bullshit, or whether Doctor Who is anti-Trump. Like, I just don't care. I don't care about all of that. What I want is escapism, and I want entertainment, and I'm not getting that from Doctor Who, and I haven't for a while. So what am I doing? So I just thought I'd be clear and honest with you guys. I know there's people who are going to say, oh, just give this episode a try, give Series 12 a try, but it's like I say, I've been giving the next series a try for years now, and I'm tired of doing it because it's not really changing. In terms of my channel, like I said at the top of this video, I'm not stopping Doctor Who videos, I'm not stopping talking about it, but it's just I'm not going to wait a year for another series of crap. Basically, I just can't be arsed. Thought I would get that out of the way, because I know a lot of people have been saying to me, do a review of Resolution, and then I know for a fact people are going to say, what do you think about this in Series 12? I'm just going to answer everybody's questions about Series 12 now. I don't care. Series 11 was the last straw for me. It was nearly Series 9, so don't think that this is some sort of bigotry or I'm part of the alt-right or I'm just a misogynist. Even though Series 9 was the breaking point for me, I gave Series 10 a chance just because I knew there could have been a chance Moffat reinvigorated himself, and I mean, I love Capaldi. And then I thought, well, that isn't enough to really keep my interest, but I'm gonna have to give a new showrunner and a new Doctor a chance, because that might be the catalyst for me to love it again, but it just wasn't. So yeah, anything pre-resolution, I'm still gonna talk about on my channel, but everything else, I just don't care. Just really don't care. So thank you, Chibnall, for literally hammering the final nail into the coffin there for me. Moffat placed it there and was, you know, he had it there for ages, but you just went and fucking hammered it in, didn't you? Like I say, there's no point in watching something continually that I don't enjoy just because of the name. That's stupid. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like on it, subscribe for more, social media, Patreon, blah 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 in the description below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.